Folks, the Dalton clan's ready for another adventure. We had lunch a little while ago at Freddy's and we're like, what do we want to do today? And before we know it, we find ourselves up here in Stony Valley. That would be an area that's northeast of Harrisburg. I don't know how we got here. I don't know how these things happen. Anyway, we're looking for a relic that's up here in the middle of the forest that has no business being there, and nobody knows really how it got in there. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You just have to watch the video and follow along with us and see if we can locate it. All right, folks, let's get going. A popular area we're in right now, this is called the Cold Spring Resort. And this was popular back in the mid-1800s, but this was abandoned a long time ago. And actually it burned down under suspicious circumstances when the resort fell on hard times back in the, let's say, early 1900s. Cars, automobiles were invented, and people, soon were able to get out to these areas much easier. This wasn't such a draw anymore as it was back in the, say, mid-18 to late 1800s. So the clients began to drop off. This was a large hotel here, had a bathhouse, a bowling alley, but that will be an explore for another day. Well, it's kind of a rocky path. It's 0.8 miles, but it's kind of a tough 0.8 miles. So just step carefully. Don't want any twisted ankles. Avoid the rattlesnakes. This isn't so bad, really. And they actually have made, well, either nature did or somebody did. They made steps here. So we're following a blue blaze trail here. I don't think I've ever been on the Appalachian Trail. Which is where we're headed. Now I forgot to bring my Garmin GPS with us, so we just don't get lost. Okay, what kind of poop is that? Poop quiz. Could that be bear poop? Might be, just avoid it. You can tell the when it rains, this turns into a creek. Looks like a dried up creek bed here in spots. Blue blaze up here. What we crossed over down there was a rail trail. That was the Schuylkill and Susquehanna Railroad. And they went from the Susquehanna River all the way to the east to the Schuylkill River, back and forth to ferry goods such as coal, mostly coal, maybe some lumber. And Stony Valley here was They actually produced coal. They actually not produced it, but they mined it here. And there was lumber that was mined here too. Back in the, I'd say early 1800s. It was also called St. Anthony's Wilderness, where a group of Moravians came here. They were persecuted in their own country. They came here to set up shop and to teach the local Indians, the local Native Americans, the Word of God. So it's become known as St. Anthony's Wilderness. This is getting a little steeper here. Well, when they discovered that the coal that they were mining was was more of a bituminous coal, a soft coal. It wasn't a harder coal like you can get farther north. Their coal fell into less demand. Actually, demand was so little that the coal towns eventually just shut down. The railroad eventually shut down. Tracks were torn up in the 1940s. Getting a little winded here, so it was more difficult for me to talk. And this became one of the earliest rail two trails, I should say, here in Pennsylvania. Let's make a push for the top here. I don't want to run out of light. We are very close to Fort Indian Town Gap, which is a military reservation here. We did see quite a few warning signs about artillery. I haven't heard anything today, though, but we need to stay alert. Looks like the trail zigzags and then goes to the left and goes right up. All right, this is a bit steep here, but this is the final push. This is probably the steepest part. Oh, nature, she's saving the best for last. See, that's exactly the kind of log that a yellow jacket would make a nest in. But I don't see any. Look at that. Cool. Reminds you a little bit of Boxcar Rocks. Look at that in there. You have to believe that that was maybe used as a shelter, possibly by Native Americans at one time. Huh. I mean, I've actually seen rocks and shelters online where you can see like a burn mark on the ceiling from fires that were made hundreds, maybe even thousands of years ago by Native Americans that were taking refuge in areas like this. The soot just stays on the rock forever. I saw a little chipmunk run by there. Plenty of those up here. All right, here we are. Here we are. Whew. This is it. Uh-oh, did we lose somebody?
No.
There's
a sign.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. You need to take a snapshot of us standing here like this with our hands in the air. Folks, welcome to the Appalachian Trail. It goes that way and that way, and we're going this way. At least I hope that's the right way. So you got the white blazes here. I'm actually excited to be doing this. This has been on my to-do list for a while now. I've known of this item out here in the wilderness for quite some time. We've been up in Stony Valley before. If you haven't been following my channel, we've been over the Boxcar Rocks. We took a bike ride, my son and I. Andy here was with us. We took a ride up to the abandoned mining village of Rausch Gap and visited what's left of the Rausch Gap Cemetery. So this was a place I was meaning to get to, or planning to get to for a while now. This is refreshing. We're actually going downhill on a relatively unstony path. Nice break from where we just came from. We're looking for a trail that's off to our right. Shouldn't be too far down here.
How clear is the trail?
You know, I've never been here before, so I don't know. My son just asked how clear the trail is. If you didn't hear that on the radio, I just meant to say on the camera. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been here. Probably not quite as clear as this trail is here, since this is the Appalachian Trail. Boy, I tell you, I was hoping to see some wildlife and maybe catch something on camera, but we saw a lot of deer on the way in here. How many deer do you think we saw? Like maybe 10 at various places crossing over the road? 10, 15, something like that. See when you have these blue blazes here? Now you don't see that much of a
sign.
Yeah, I saw it. You don't see much of an offset there, but when you have these blazes and you see one blaze over to the right or left of the other, that means the trail turns right or left depending on what the top blaze is signifying. So that's sort of even there, which is a little unusual. But really that should be more to the right, but I do see our trail here.
Sand Spring Trail.
That's it. Okay, here it is.
Route 325.
Yeah, you remember that. We were there. And look.
Going to that?
No. Look what it says here. What is that, I wonder? We'll find out. It's the general? Interesting. Let's go see what that is. Could that be what we're looking for?
No.
Oh, all right. All right, that's a little bit. Well, you're talking about how clear the trail was? Well, here's your answer. Not very, but enough. Oh yeah, I'm sure. They wouldn't have that sign up there if it wasn't. Looking for the blue blazes. I see one right here. Now we should be approaching a creek, which I believe are around the headwaters of Roush Creek, which flows through Roush Gap. This is kind of where the creek gets its start. Oh, isn't it beautiful with the sun shining on the leaves? Welcome to the Pennsylvania forest. Remember folks, this is all second growth here. Forest. Pennsylvania forests were deforested. And this whole area probably was barren in the mid 1800s and through to the end of the 1800s. All the old cedar and hemlock and all, they were cut down to make lumber for charcoal and building and everything else that we had in the Industrial Revolution.
Thorns.
Yeah, I see it. Watch the thorns. So this is all second growth stuff here. It's amazing how well nature has recovered and regrown its fauna and flora. Folks, we were out here in the middle of the wilderness, and look what I just found. What the heck? And why would this be out here? Huh. Well, this is evidence of maybe it's mining history. Okay, well, the trail kind of splits here. I think we stay straight here. Ah, I had just spotted the creek. Here we are. Now, we probably don't want to cross here, although there are rocks.
What, that's how small the creek is?
Uh-huh, that's it.
You made it sound like it was a river.
No, I never made it sound like anything of the sort. You want to cross there? There's a spot up there with some rocks that we can more easily cross. Somebody laid out rocks, it looks like it. But if Andy wants to cross here,
Yeah, but if you get your shoes wet, that's it.
that's it for what? You're
Well,
gonna die?
well, they're going to be wet for the rest of the night and for a couple days.
Yeah, I'll put them out in the sun. Let's go around here where somebody laid out some rocks here from what I understand. It's a little side path right here. So let's see if that's any better. Well, here you are. And this is where we cross. What's that sign right there up there say? There's our trail. All right. Oh yeah. Let's see it. Whatever the general is, we'll see. We're almost here, 0.2 miles. This way. Oh, we have polluted mine water here. Look at that. You see that over there? Look at the orange water. Further evidence of the mines that used to occupy this area. Folks, we are literally a mile either way, at least, into the wilderness from any road or any civilization. If this thing is here, and I have no reason for it not to believe that it's not going to be here. Pretty amazing that they got it in here, actually. Well, this looks kind of open here. Like somebody was cutting in this area at one time, more recently. We're doing some kind of work here. What the heck? What do we have here? Folks, this is the reveal. What in the... My son is already there. Look at this. Wow. Hey, that's pretty big. Once again, folks, we are miles into the Pennsylvania forest and we have this here. Look at that. You can see this has been here a long time because look how this tree is growing right around the bucket. Wow. Look at that. This is not a steam. This has an internal combustion engine in it. Some people think it's a steam shovel, but it's not. Wow. I think some hunters have been using it for target practice. We got a piece of metal down here. You want to know why they call it the General? It's back here. Dun dun dun! It's by the General. I think it's tooling and equipment company is what this shovel with who it was made by, and you can see General's written right on the back. This has come to be known as the General. Wow, middle of the Pennsylvania forest. Now they must have been mining here. Look at the... Yeah, there's your internal combustion engine in there. And there's the gearing and all that works, I guess the shovels and all. Interesting. And I read that a company had dismantled some part of this. And maybe they were going to try to get it repaired and put back on, like maybe something to do with a transfer case or something, if that is such a thing on here. I do see some bolts removed here, some things that are removed here. So whether that was part of the assembly that's been removed, it was never returned. The state game man decided not to do anything with this, not to get rid of it, not do anything with it, just leave it here. So the part just remains with a local mechanic. That's what I read. I'm not sure that's true or not, but that's what I read. Well, I definitely wanted to get here, but before this thing really collapsed and became more or less unrecognizable. I mean, look at that. And there we have all the gearing. Let me see if I can climb up there. see where they had like a trail here. They must have been digging, looking for coal. Possibly up in this area. It's like a flat area here. It looks like somebody has a campground here too. We're camping up here. But you can see maybe they were digging at that side of the mountain right there, looking for whatever they were looking for. And the machine broke. Now where would be the road that they would have came in on? Now it's got to be a road. There once was a road at one time here. Maybe that way. It's all overgrown now. Huh. Well, that's something you don't see in the middle of the forest. All right. Well, I'd like to stay a little bit longer, but we are losing the light, so it is time to skedaddle on back. All right. Well, this is her final resting place, the General. You can see the pulley system here. Coming up there, and then coming down, we got the pulleys here. All right, very cool. Let's get a picture, then we'll head on back. I'll finalize the video here. All right, folks, we're going to call this video here. We got to get back because we're going to lose the light here pretty soon. We're here at the General. Something I've been wanting to see for a while now. We finally got a chance to see it. Folks, if you do like this kind of stuff, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, and don't hesitate to hit that bell notification if you do subscribe to the channel, and hit the like button if you do like this video itself. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care and be safe. Bye-bye. You guys know about all the murders that have taken place here on the Appalachian Trail? No, never mind. Behold the stillness of the forest as those big lumbering humans come crashing through. Walking through the mountain laurel. Walking through the mountain laurel. Of course, that could be totally wrong. It could be something else. In which case, I'll feel like an idiot. Alright, folks, it's all downhill from here. That didn't sound too good.